Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sandeep Sharma here. Let us discuss one clinical integrated MCQ here. We'll not only be discussing briefly the topic, but also I'll be telling you the process you are supposed to follow for solving such integrated questions. Let us first look at the question. A child with leukemia presented with progressive bulging of the right eye and multiple hyperpigmented patches and nodules on the skin as shown in the picture. So as you can see in this child, the right eye of this child is bulging and there are multiple hyperpigmented violaceous nodules and patches which are present on the skin. The biopsy of skin revealed blast cells positive for CD13, CD33 and CD34. What is the likely genetic abnormality you will expect in this child? So this is a typical example of how questions do come and are expected to come in the NEET PG, INI-CET and even the next PG exam whenever they are held. This question requires knowledge of what you read in pediatrics as well as those of pathological data. For solving such questions, first you need to identify the keywords here. The keyword here is child with leukemia. So immediately your mind should come to think of what are the leukemias which are present in a child. So there are three possibilities. Either it is ALL, or it is AML, or it is juvenile CML, also called as JMML. Juvenile myelomonocytic leukemia. Now, juvenile CML can easily be ruled out because it is an aggressive tumor, it is a very rare tumor and presents less than 5 years of age and does not have these manifestations usually associated with neurofibromatosis. ALL is more common, but ALL is not associated with any skin localized deposits of tumor cells or any orbital proptosis or such conditions. It is the AML which is the one likely here. Another factor which favors AML is the blast cells present in these lesions are positive for CD13, CD33 and CD34. If you remember your pathology concepts, you know that these are markers of myelocyte monocyte lineage. So the likely diagnosis in this child, the underlying diagnosis is AML. And whenever in AML you have extramedullary collection of cells, tumor cells, blast cells, the condition is called as chloroma. So what is this child having? This child is having chloromas with underlying acute myeloblastic leukemia. Now to understand, let's discuss chloromas and then we come back to this question and reach the correct answer, how translocations we can easily remember. So what is a chloroma? The term chloroma is variously used with alternative names. Chloroma is also known as granulocytic sarcoma. It is also called as myeloid sarcoma. In fact, these days myeloid sarcoma is preferred, but common names are more popular and they have stuck around. What exactly is a chloroma? If I have to write in single line, chloroma is an extramedullary. Extramedullary means outside the bone marrow. So an extramedullary collection of myeloblasts. What is the most common condition in which it is seen? It is most commonly seen in acute myeloblastic leukemia. And which type of AML? Although FAB classification is now no longer mentioned in Harrison, but still in pediatrics, FAB classification, that is French American British classification, is asked. You are supposed to remember. The latest OPGHI also talks about it, and even the pediatricians still, pediatric oncologists still ask about FAB classification. So if you remember FAB classification, there is a M0 to M7 classification and chloromas are classically seen in AML M2 variant. So they are most commonly seen in AML M2. Why are they called as chloroma? Because the word is derived from chloros. Chloros stands for greenish hue. Tumor cells, they are positive for myeloperoxidase. Myeloperoxidase is greenish in color, and when you do biopsy samples, a greenish hue is seen. So the name chloroma came from there. Chloromas can occur at any age. However, Lenzowski, the standard book for this, says more than 60% occur below 15 years of age. So it is mainly a pediatric condition. But overall, it is less common. So what are the common sites where chloromas can be seen? The common sites include skin. In skin, you will find violaceous plaques or nodules as was shown in the picture. Although they are not same, but the word synonymously used with chloroma of the skin is leukemia cutis. Leukemia cutis is sometimes referred to this variety, although the term leukemia cutis were originally described for some related condition. Then it can be seen in gums, producing gum hypertrophy. It can be seen in bones, particularly orbit is frequently involved, which produces proptosis of the eye. It can occur in GIT, it can occur in the neck region. How do you make diagnosis? Diagnosis is made by biopsy and immunohistochemistry analysis. So biopsy and IHC will give you the diagnosis. How do you treat chloromas? Chloroma is not a special manifestation, it is a part of the systemic disease itself. So the usual chemotherapy which is given for AML comprising cytarabine, etoposide and other things, you will give the same in these children as well. So you will give systemic chemotherapy as you will give for any AML. So systemic chemotherapy for AML will also take care of these chloromas. Is there any role of local therapy? There is no role of local therapy and it does not improve any survival. So this is regarding the chloroma. Now we move towards the FAB classification of AML. This is the FAB classification ranging from M0 to M7, which I am quite sure you must have read or you will be reading about it. And the description of these, M0 is the undifferentiated form which usually has a poor outcome. M6 is the erythroleukemia, M7 is the megakaryoblast, the platelet precursors, and the other ones are the usual myeloid lineage line. Now in this FAB classification, there are 2 or 3 important points which are important, extremely essential for your entrance exam. So you make this table, then you remember the key words associated with each variety. M0, first thing to remember, it carries a poor outcome, it has a poor prognosis. Second thing to remember, this condition has deletion of chromosome 7q as well as inversion of chromosome 3q. And then you have type M2. This is the one which was the likely diagnosis in this child. The M2 variant will have our rods positive. Our rods are cytoplasmic granules present in the myeloblasts. They will have myeloperoxidase positive, which makes these cells green. They are associated with chloromas. And the most common genetic abnormality seen in M2 is translocation 821. Similarly, we have M3 variant where the keywords to remember is this is the variety which is associated with disseminated intravascular coagulation. It is associated with translocation 15, 17 and it shows a very good response to therapy. In fact, the best response among all these 7-8 forms of AML is seen in promyelocytic leukemias. And the blast cells here are sometimes called faggot cells. So if question says faggot cells are seen in which AML, it is seen in promyelocytic leukemia, and of course our rods will be strongly positive here. And then you have myelomonocytic and monocytic leukemias in which the gum involvement is frequently seen. Megakaryoblast is another one where questions can be asked. So translocation 122 and association with Down syndrome is seen with M7. AML M7 is the most specific leukemia seen in Down syndrome. So in this table, the points which I have mentioned, they cover at least 6 to 7 MCQs plus potential MCQs from standard books. So if you make this table like this and you revise it 2 to 3 times and practice it in MCQs, it will be easy for you to reach the correct answer. Now try to go back and see the question again. This question is having leukemia, the diagnosis is having chloroma, right? Chloroma is seen in which common condition? AML M2. It can occur in M3, M4 variants also, but most commonly described in AML M2. AML M2 is associated with which translocation? Translocation 821. And so the answer to this question is B, translocation 821. It seems easy, When you sit in the entrance exam and you prepare for questions like these, always keep in your mind, look at the keyword, form association, and it will be easy for you to remember. Even while reading, do not try to read everything which is mentioned there. Try to understand the meaning and practice MCQs in the form how I discussed. Thank you.